Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I'm back here at one of my special filming spot locations because guess what? We have that new styled, redesigned, large luxury SUV, and it's right here next to me. What am I talking about? I'm talking about this 2026 Infiniti QX80. This is the top dog trim known as the Autograph. But before we get into this full-size, full-on luxury SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. So Infiniti, that premium brand of Nissan, very surprising to a lot of people that Infiniti is still around. Even though they've been in existence since 1989, their lineup has been fading. But I truly believe that with vehicles like this Infiniti QX80, Infiniti might be back on their A game. Now, of course, in this full-size SUV segment, when it comes to luxury, there's a lot of heavy hitters. The Navigator from Lincoln, the Escalade from Cadillac. But what I want to find out is, at the end of the day, is this the king? And does this prove that Infiniti is here to stay? Let's go ahead. Let's dive into this QX80 Autograph and see if we can find out. Right off the bat, I love the proportions of it. They did it just right. When you look at an Escalade, a little bit larger. You look at a Navigator, a little bit larger, but this one just really checks off the boxes. Now, the front of the business, with that redesign that took place last model year, looking so fresh, very timeless design with those piano key LED daytime running lamps and turn signals. You have your LED headlights in that lower pod, and then check out the size of that corner air curtain. I don't know any other SUV that has as large as an air curtain as this QX80. Down below, you're gonna get that really eye-popping blue with the gunmetal gray finish. The one thing I'm gonna have to zonk is, what is this? What is that supposed to be down there? Where's my functional LED lights? That's a zonk. But other than that, they really sculpted the front end nicely. Now, as we come across that massive grille, you got your dark chrome finish around the perimeter. And then this is supposed to represent a bridge, this top portion of the grille. And then the rest of it is water. Look at the Infiniti badge with the illumination all the way around. It just actually shut off. So you should have saw it brighter, and then now the lighting shut off, obviously to save the battery. All that nice design with a forward-facing camera, and then on the bottom portion, you are going to get full functionality, flat black. You'll see that bright silver, ginormous intercooler lurking from behind because we do have twin turbocharged power. And then I like the way they sculpt the lower lip with that gunmetal metallic gray finish. Now, what's great about this Infiniti QX80 for the redesign is that it has adaptive air ride suspension. You can actually raise and lower it. I have it in the lowest setting just because it looks really cool sitting here in that kind of overall height. But let me know what you think about the face of this QX80. Now, as we take the elevator up, you'll notice that traditional style of Infiniti. You got that peak that starts with the grille, goes into the hood, and just very, very nice soft curves. Not a lot of hard edges on this vehicle. You come around the bend, when you go Autograph trim, you're getting the big boy wheels. So you got that nice dark chrome finish, dark machine aluminum finish all the way around with the gunmetal metallic gray. 22-inch wheel, which I'm happy to see. I know on the Escalade, yes, you told your friend, hey, if you're getting an Escalade, you gotta get the 24-inch wheels. 22-inch wheels are big enough. Tires are 275 on the width, 50 series sidewall. Of course, this sits on a box frame, so a real deal beefy frame. And it's rear-wheel drive bias, but it is four-wheel drive as well. And then no gloss black, no flat black, just all that beautiful blue all over it. But let me know what you think about the wheel design. Like I said, I think Infiniti is really good at making timeless designs. Coming down the side, you do have a functional fender vent with the dark chrome finish, looking good. Power folding mirrors, I have them in the lock position to show you what they look like with the 360-degree cameras, the turn signals. From the side, remember, this is sitting in the lowest position. Air ride all four corners, raises and lowers it all by the press of a button. You have your painted silver roof rails with the two-tone. So you have your gloss black painted roof and your A-pillar and rear pillar with that dark gunmetal gray finish. I love the flush mounted door handles. First time flush mounted door handles on a QX80. And those traditional stationary running boards, which for some reason they look great on this Infiniti. I couldn't imagine them on an Escalade, but they look good on the Infiniti. Coming towards the rear, good sized quarter window. I love the way they're putting the autograph trim badge on the actual rear window trim. And the way it's all seamless. Even though this is not part of the glass, it looks like all one big piece. Come around back. Look at the way they kind of carve out that nice concave finish, all LED lighting. You got your dark black chrome finish on your QX80 badge. That's the 4-wheel drive badge. Infiniti spelled out for you. And then no exposed wiper. I just love the way it's a nice clean look. Wiper underneath the long roof spoiler. They did the lighting just like up front. It's almost like a piano key. Like I could play Mary Had a Little Lamb. I actually could play that on the piano. Maybe one day you'll be able to hear it. And then as we drop down, you do have your tow receiver underneath the cover. And I like the way they sculpted the lower bumper. Doesn't look like a fake vent, doesn't look like a fake exhaust, but it actually has style, which is nice. Alfonso did a good job. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and talk about power. All right, guys, we got the hood popped on this QX80. You do have the hood struts. I like the engine cover, style very nicely. And when you think about it, you look at it like a Lincoln Navigator, they don't come with engine covers anymore. But what do we have underneath? So basically you're looking at a 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 that pumps out 450 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds. Top speed governed to 123 miles an hour. MPGs, it is what it is at the end of the day. 16 in the city, 17 on the highway. You could tow up to 8,500 pounds, and the vehicle weighs a tick under 6,500 pounds. So I know a lot of people are upset the V8's gone. Listen, Lincoln Navigator's had an EcoBoost engine for years now. People have still been buying that vehicle, and I really like the fact that you have more horsepower and more torque and a nice 9-speed automatic. But why don't we go ahead, why don't we fire up this V6 twin turbo and see this QX80 zoom off. All right, guys, we are inside this big, blue, beautiful Infiniti QX80 2026 QX80 autograph trim. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I need a full-size SUV. My family is grown. The kids are big. I can't cram them anymore into my Hyundai Kona. I want to spoil them. They deserve to be spoiled. They make my life so enriched every day. But how much is it? Very good question. MSRP, the way this one is optioned, is right at $113,000. Do they really need to be spoiled that much? That's for you to decide. My job is you know what we're going to do next, right? To the door panels. You'll notice all the great materials, the stitching, the leather, the diamond pleating. That's real open pore wood, laser etched, so it actually shines through with ambient lighting. You have 2 memory seat settings, the premium sound system with 24 speakers all over this thing. Alcantara. The zonk is there's gloss black around the switchgear. You mean to tell me they couldn't come up with a different material? So that's a zonk. Door pocket, though, is a good enough size. You could eat fresh, get yourself a cold cut trio, and you could put a Yeti bottle in that cup holder with your grandma's famous sweet tea. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, love the materials, the stitching. The Infiniti name illuminates along with all the design at night. Soft touch, more stitching. Slide on in. Look at what we got. two 14.3-inch screens, one for the infotainment, one for the digital gauge cluster. More of that wood finish, everything lights up at night. Full touchscreen, easy to operate. You have all of the familiar apps and icons. What's nice is that if you actually hit apps, it brings up all your most used apps that you've been touching. So I can show you, for example, the dash cam. And you could do outside. I wish more vehicles will have these built-in dash cams. You could actually spin it around. Excuse me. We got to keep going.
Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lori. Latte Lori, everybody, right here. There she is. Dash cam, inside, outside. You could even have it take a photo and hold on to it forever. That just proves that we are real here on Raity's Rides. That was a real sneeze. That was not supposed to be there, but life happens. You could do interior lighting, which is great. You could go into your colored ambient lighting. You know, right now we're in summer. We're about to cross over into autumn. So you hit autumn and you got your pumpkin spice latte colors. I could already smell the cinnamon. And then you could go back to where we started very easily. Look at all the different apps and stuff. Nice to function through. I hit home. There we are. Belinda Carlisle. Love her. But great, easy accessibility. Everything's in the touchscreen though, except for this volume knob that you have here. Now let me throw the vehicle into reverse. Backup camera, I love the resolution, man. They really, look how clear that is, the trajectory. You now have that ability. So if I go back into park, and if I hit forward-facing camera, look at how you got that nice wide angle there. You could do your 360 all the way around, the panoramic, or you could do what I like to call the sit and spin. So you could actually pull up and spin your Infiniti QX80 all the way around. Look how fast reacting that is. That's really good stuff. How about invisible hood? Look at that. Really, really cool, especially when you're driving a large SUV like this. You don't want to run into anything. Working your way down, your start-stop button within the gloss black. You have a separate 9-inch screen here. This is for your heated steering wheel, your AC controls. Everything is in the screen. You do have a haptic kick on it to let you know when you're making contact with it. Ventilated seats, heated seats, all those goodies. You do have down below a place for a purse, a sack, a satchel. You also have your modes. So you could go into all these modes. Snow mode, you can make a snowman. You could tow things, go into sport. We're gonna be going sport for sure. So nice to see that. And then we could go ahead and go back to where we started. Real easy to do. You can even control the rear seat stuff. Or you can lock it out, which is kind of nice too if your kids are being annoying. You do have your push button transmission for the 9-speed, and it is in the gloss black. Here's where you're gonna raise and lower your vehicle, and that camera button. Underneath door number 1, wireless charging, 2 USB-Cs. Door number 2, 2 cup holders. Love the leather and the Alcantara. Door number 3, cool box. Love that in here. You could put a 12-pack of Twinkies and a 6-pack of some chocolate milk. You could dip them in there. Seats. Look at the premium sound system speakers. Like I said, 24 of these. Autograph. The nice pleated diamond stitching. All of that hard work into these seats. Full electric assist for the passenger. Full electric assist for the driver, and massage for both people up front. And then here is where you have your power sunshade for your panoramic sunroof. Love that. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, where is the camera for the dash cam? It's actually, this is the inside one right there, and then the outside one's on the other side, and you have a digital rearview mirror. So they brought a ton of technology to this Infiniti. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind the leather wrapped steering wheel in this QX80. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have 2 memory seat settings. Love the dark aluminum sill plate, the ambient lighting, and the Infiniti name lights up. Even the carpet material, that's high quality, and that Infiniti QX80 badge is worth an extra 5 horsepower. Seat controls, easy to get to, like I said, massage seats. Seats are superb. I mean, I could spend a whole day in these and feel fresh as a daisy. You got Alcantara all over the headliner, and then the steering wheel. I'm digging the single. Normally, I'm not a big single spoke guy. I'm liking it in this Infiniti because you have the separate horn button with the leather, the stitching, the little drive wheel with your thumb. Even the way they sculpted this dark aluminum finish, and the Infiniti name is embossed. You do have paddles. They are plastic to go up and down the 9-speed automatic. And you do have an electric tilting and telescoping wheel. And then, of course, you have those digital gauges for all the information that you could need and project in the center there. Very easy to do. And there's a head-up display, which is fantastic. So lots of information, all right where you need it. But let's get into that mid-row and the third row and see what this QX80 is made of. All right, guys, mid-row time in this 3-row SUV. Now, the Autograph only comes captain's chair setup. If you want a bench seat and you don't want to go with like a base pure or something like that, watch my sensory trim QX80. I'll leave it at the end of this one if you haven't watched it yet. But backs of the seats, the nice, great material. Large pockets. You could put at least 5 Chiros in there. And then, of course, you have your command center, right? You got your temperature, blower fan, heated seats, and ventilated seats for the mid-row. That is a big plus. And then you even have a cubby down there for a couple bags of chips. Maybe you're into Funyuns. The only thing, if you're eating Funyuns, just make sure you have some type of breath mints. Or maybe you could go like back in the day and spray Banaka in your mouth. I remember when kids used to do that in school all the time. It was really annoying. Seats are power adjustable in the mid-row, and you do have massage seats for the mid-row on top of them being heated and cooled. Another thing to remember is right now there's like an infrared laser that's reading my body temperature and will actually make adjustments just for me in the seat. Now, if you want to make your own adjustments, you can with another 9-inch screen. Look at how nice this is. You want seat massage? You could do it right here. And then obviously for the other passenger, you hit right, but I'm sitting on the left. Really nice to have that easy use of everything all at your fingertip. So you don't have to go down here, you could do it right there. Open that up, you got 2 nice large cup holders. Open this up, you got plenty of room, 2 USB-Cs. This isn't a cool box though. So you could probably fill that up, I would say, about 27 NES games. I miss my NES. Contra, Super Mario Brothers, Track and Field. Wow. Those were the days. Seats, the leather, the Autograph. Love the way they did the design. Like I said, full power assist for the passenger, full power assist for the passenger. For that passenger, this passenger, and you got Alcantara everywhere for everyone. But let's get in that third row and see if your third row passengers are going to be nice and comfortable. Let's go find out. All right, guys, third row time. Now, to get into the third row, because you have a power mid-row, you have to push and hold this button for a few seconds on the top of the seat. It'll beep, and then as you can see, it electrically moves out of the way. And it actually moves out of the way so well, it gives you lots of room to get back here. Now, once you're back here, it actually feels fantastic. My knees, look how low my knees are. Headroom is actually pretty good considering everything else because I'm 6 feet tall. Even the way they did the seats, the leather is just like everybody else. Everybody else gets Nappa leather. Now, on the armrest here, it would have been nice to put some leather or some soft touch. So that's a zonk, but you do have USB-C, heated, 2-stage heated third row, and you have that power reclining. So I could be sitting here, watch this, you ready? Wow, look at that. Now I'm feeling really good. So they did a hell of a job. You, of course, have AC vents back here, but nice that the way that they styled that. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in that cargo area because I want to take you for a spin in this QX80. Right, it's time to get into the cargo. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. You hit the buttons actually hidden within the trim here. So you're just going to hit it, don't quit it. Nice electric assist, lifts it up. I like the way the rear bumper isn't too low. That's a nice touch. In the back, you're getting a home power source. Very nice to have those in the back area. And then on the passenger side, you have a plethora of switchgear to fold down the rear seats. You could raise and lower the rear of the vehicle. And what's nice is that you're getting tons of cargo volume. Now, if you need more, because we have the third row up, it's actually very simple. You're just gonna tap the buttons. I hit them both at the same time. That's how good I am. 60-40 split, folds down electric. Like I was telling you in the third row, you got your USB-C underneath there, and then those are the heated seats. Third row, heated seats, and the reclining capability as well. And then we got that mid-row that folds down to give you lots of good room. On top of that, this is where you could hide the snacks. So if you are supposed to be watching what you eat, that's what the doctor wants you to do, you can hide all those snacks in there and nobody's gonna know that they're there except for you. And then somebody did not remove this. So this has to come off. Ooh, look at that. You got lighting and you have that nice dark finish to it. Well, why don't we go ahead? Actually, I'm gonna put the seats back up just to show you. Watch this. Let's see if I can do it at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go, look at that. But you could put one half down and the other half separate. It's up to you. I'm that good with my fingers, as some people know, that I can make those seats pop up, no problem. Hit that, but you know what? If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go for a spin in this QX80. All right, guys, we're inside this 2026 Infiniti QX80 Autograph. And right away, just sitting in this, you're sitting in the lap of luxury. I have it in sport mode, and we're gonna go on throttle from a dead stop. You ready? On throttle, here we go. So that twin turbo V6, you're not getting a bunch of boost lag, which is nice. And it's a very, very strong power plant. I mean, to be able to tow 8,500 pounds, but yet also do 0 to 60 in 8.5 seconds is pretty stout. And if you're complaining saying, well, Joe, it's a V6 twin turbo, like I said, the Lincoln Navigator has had a V6 twin turbo for years. And people have gotten over that. Love the flow of the hood with that really unique design by Infiniti. I love the way you got these nice curves on the hood. It gives you a good visual reference point. And then, of course, visibility. Great view out the front. You got the digital rear view mirror, so that's not a question about visibility out the back. And you got nice large side mirrors. With that air ride suspension, it really allows you to feel super comfortable, but it does a great job also having the Infiniti be planted as well. But going down the road, it's very easy to get to everything. And yes, I'm not the largest fan of having 0 buttons, but the way that all the AC controls are already pulled out for you in this lower 9-inch screen, I'm okay with that. I feel like if this screen wasn't here, I'd be a little bit more frustrated because I would have to go up here rather than just having easy access down below. But even with the 22-inch wheels, very smooth. Doesn't have a harsh ride whatsoever. And the fact that you have your Pro Pilot Assist, which is that hands-free autonomous driving experience if you choose to do so. And this vehicle is very maneuverable. Even though it's a full-size luxury SUV, it's very maneuverable. I feel like a lot more maneuverable than a Lincoln Navigator or a Cadillac Escalade. But you got that head-up display showing you your posted speed. And then, like I said, just a very comfortable, well-sorted SUV experience. And if you compare this to the previous generation, it really blows that one out of the water. I mean, this interior is absolutely perfect. I love the interior so much more than what Lincoln is doing with the Navigator. I mean, they've kind of gone a little off their rocker with that setup. This feels natural, feels normal, and I could actually read and see everything very easily. And you would think there'd be so much glare on the gauge cluster and the infotainment system, but no glare whatsoever, to be honest with you. But like I said, if you haven't driven a full-size SUV, I really think that this is a good one, just for the fact that it's easy to maneuver. And that goes for on-road, or remember, this is off-road capable as well. By raising that suspension, you do have a really strong bulletproof 4x4 system. And it's going to allow you to be able to go through whatever you need to. But I really love the fact that you have the seats that are heated, ventilated. I could pull up the, well, I don't want to talk to Infiniti right now, but I could pull up and adjust those massage seats very easily with the intensity and the speed. And then you could also change whether you want refreshing, just lumbar massage, or relaxing massage. So you have your choices there. And it actually feels pretty good. Like right now, it feels really good on my lower back. But what a difference compared to the previous generation of the QX80. And that one lasted for many, many years, many years. So nice to see them up their game with the introduction of this one. But I'm hoping that this has been a good, quick overall review of the Infiniti QX80 Autograph trim. We're gonna get back to where it all started and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, another great day in so many ways out here in the Florida sunshine. Definitely want to thank everybody at Infiniti USA for getting us access to this beautiful blue autograph edition of the QX80. Let me know what you think. Hands down, dollar for dollar, pound for pound, is this the king of all of those luxury full-size SUVs? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. I'll come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Race Rides family. Gotta get up to Latte Lori. She's filming big vehicles, she's filming small, but you know what? She loves them all. So thank you, Lori, for all that you do, and that does rhyme, technically. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.